hey guys, people say LeetCode is useless now because of AI. Well, I disagree. Let's solve this LeetCode question 1365. How many numbers are smaller than the current number in a very short amount of time, and I'll also show you why this still matters. So let's get started. So first thing first guys, what is the problem statement? The problem statement says that we are given an array nums. For each number in the ith position, find out how many numbers in the array are smaller than it. And that is, for example, for each number I, you would have to count the number of valid j's where j is not equals to I, which means it's not on the same position, and the nums of j is less than nums of I. We just have to return the array answer in an array. So for example, this is your example array, right? 8, 1, 2, 2, 3, and the output is this because 8 is the biggest number and there are total 5 numbers. So there are 4 numbers which are smaller than 8. So that's why the first answer is 4. 1 is the smallest number and there is no number which is smaller than 1. So that's why the answer is 0 for 1. And for 2 and 2, there is only one number which is smaller than 2, and that is 1. So that's why we have got 2 ones here. And finally for 3, there are 3 numbers which are smaller than 3. There is a single one, and then there are 2 2s. So that's why there are 3 numbers smaller than 3, and that's the answer. Now let's go in a different example. You can see that here we have got the same thing. You have got 6, 5, 4, 8. So how many numbers are smaller than 6? Only 2, 5 and 4. And same, so it's just exactly the same, right? And same in case of example 3, you can see because all the numbers are exactly the same, there are no numbers smaller than any one of them. That's why the output is 0 0 0 0. The constraints are pretty straightforward as well. The nums length is from 2 to 500 and the ith value can range from 0 to 100. Now let's look into the solution approach. So basically guys, there are 2 types of solution which can work here. One solution is simply if you can brute force it, right? So brute force. By brute force, I would say that I will take this one number, I will run 2 loops. So one is an outer loop, one is an inner loop, where I will take the first number, I will compare it with all the rest of the numbers. I will take the second number and then I will compare it with all the numbers starting from 8 until 3, and the same I will repeat for each and every number. Now if you are going to run a double loop, it is going to take order of n square. It will work, and probably for the constraints that we have, which is only 500 numbers, it is going to work. But it will be slow when you have a really large data set, and it might even time out. So is there a better solution for that? And definitely there is. So what is a better approach? Now the better approach guys is to sort the array. So what we have to do is we basically sort the array and then we map each and every number to the first index. Okay, that index that can tell you how many numbers are smaller than that number. And this will definitely take an extra space because obviously you are going to create a map for each number. So this will be expensive space wise, but it is going to only run in a small amount of time, which is n log n. Keeping in mind that the sorting will be done in n log n time, and that will be the maximum time complexity you will get. So I hope you guys understood the solution. Now it is time to implement it. So let me share the solution with you guys. And mind that this solution was completely written by me. AI did not help me with that. So I came up with this solution. Let's see the solution. So the first thing is sort the numbers, and I have sorted the numbers in a reverse order so that whenever I am on the first number, I would know that all the numbers which are after that index are going to be lesser than my number. So it's easy for me to find that out. Then the second step is to create a map. And then I also created a variable for counting the length of the array, because that's important for me to keep track of how many numbers are less than the particular number, just to get that subtraction. Now I actually go through my sorted nums array. I take the index of the number and the number itself. So for example, in the first example, when I sort this array in a reverse fashion, this array will look something like this. Okay, so it will be 8, 3, 2, 2 and 1. Okay, it will look something like this. So when I'm on my first number 8, which is the sorted number, what I will do is that I am just gonna take the length of the array, which in this case is 5, minus the index of the number. So in this case it's on 0th index and also minus 1 because I need to subtract 1, that means the number itself, right? Because 8 is actually greater than 4 numbers. If I only subtract 0 from it, it will be greater than 5 numbers, which is not true, right? So you need to subtract 1 more because the array is a 0 based index array. And that's what happens, right? Now in my map against 8, I have placed the value of the numbers, total numbers that are smaller than 8. So against 8 I have placed 4. Same thing will happen for 3. Against 3 I will place 3, and so on and so forth. Finally, what will happen is that I've just printed it for my debugging. Finally, I will create a result array because remember we have to return the answer in an array. So I will create a result array where for each and every number in the nums array, the original one, I am going to find the value of that number in my map, which is basically the number of items that are smaller than it, and I am going to append that into my result. Now the reason I am running this for loop over my original nums array is because in your answer array you need the original order. Okay, so you need the original order, not the sorted order. So you need the answer for 8 first, then for 1 first, then for 2, 2 and 3, and not the answer for the sorted one. And that is why I am using the original nums array. Finally, you will return the result. Let me run this code and let's see if we can submit this as well. And there you go, guys. You can see that you are able to submit successfully this particular solution. Now, can we solve this problem with AI? So here's the truth, guys. Definitely, AI can generate this particular code instantly. But if you don't understand why this works, you cannot debug it, you cannot optimize it, and you cannot explain it in an interview. Let's see how an AI can solve this problem. What you can do is you can obviously copy paste this entire prompt and give it to AI to solve, right? But for better output and for better explanation, you need to give a pro version. So let me paste the prompt for you so that you can also understand how you can give AI better prompting to solve your LeetCode problems and even understand them. So for example, let's see the prompt here. My prompt says that act as a senior software engineer preparing for coding interviews. Then I give it the problem statement. Here are my requirements, which are very important. We have to start with a brute force and then optimize it. Okay. Now aim for order n log n or better. Now this is actually specific for this particular problem. If you just write the first part, that use brute force and then optimize it, it will do it for you. Then you can use or write that any sorting techniques and the efficient solution you can provide. Write a clean production high quality Python code. Explain the intuition in simple terms. Walk through an example, highlight the edge cases and compare approaches briefly. Now guys, this prompt is still a pro version prompt. So if you are well versed with time complexities and you have a little bit of an idea about this particular problem, then you will be able to come up with this prompt, and I will post this prompt in the description as well. But if you are a growing up software engineer and you don't even know what are time complexities, what are space complexities, then I would recommend a different prompt for you. Now let's look at that. This prompt is very straightforward. It first of all gives the entire problem statement exactly copied. And second, again, it says that solve this problem step by step. Let's understand the steps. First, explain the brute force approach and its time complexity. Then optimize the solution and explain the intuition clearly. So provide the most efficient solution possible, ensure clean readable code in Python, explain with a small example and mention the time and code complexity. So the difference between this prompt and the pro prompt was that we are not giving it a time limit, that we are not giving it that aim for order of n log n or better. We are not giving it some sort of deadline, right? So that deadline comes into place only if the deadline is written in your LeetCode question, which does happen quite a lot of times, that you have got a deadline present in your LeetCode question. If there is, then you can mention it. Otherwise, this simple wake prompt will work for you if you are a starting software developer and you just want to understand how the LeetCode question is supposed to be solved. So explain why the optimized approach works and not just how. Now let me send this prompt to my chat GPT and you can see immediately it has started to work on the problem. It gave me the time complexity, it gave me an optimized approach, and it is just super fast, right? Now, so the question is, are the companies even looking for software engineers to know about LeetCode or to solve the LeetCode problems when an AI is able to do this in a matter of seconds? And the answer is yes, guys. If you go into the LeetCode Discuss forum, you will see so many people talking about their interview experiences, so many people asking advice for their interviews, and so many people even calling out people to take their mock test, right? So people are asking for advice, people are posting their interviews, people are posting about how to prepare for the interviews, and this is all happening in LeetCode, guys. So definitely, guys, these type of questions are still relevant in, especially in right now business, right? For example, somebody is asking that what kind of interview is expected, and somebody is also giving some sort of experience. So like, for example, this guy has experience in a certain interview, and he's giving some insights into that, and other people are sharing what questions were asked, etc. So, and you can see that there is a problem statement from LeetCode only that they have mentioned that is the exact one which was asked, and this is not even a long ago, this is like really recent. So LeetCode is still relevant, guys. It is not about that you just have to do the LeetCode and memorize the problems and then you can just pass your interviews. No, LeetCode is important because you need to understand how to think. You need to understand how to come up with the approaches. And this actually makes AI more important because AI can help you do that. You can see that AI is not just to solve your problem and give you the solution. It is also there to explain you why this solution works. So AI can write code, but it is you who can understand it. And that will be my final statement for this video, guys. I hope you guys like this video and I hope you learned something from it. If you do like this video, guys, then please do not forget to like this video and share this video with your friends. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback for me, please do write down in the comment section below. I will be really happy to address them. And in the end, guys, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon for future notifications of more such programming videos. I'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Until then, take care and bye bye.